Hey, have you heard what Tabitha Brown is telling people to do? Yeah, Tabitha Brown, the lady who has all kinds of stuff being sold at Target, who was devastated because of the boycott. She is telling entrepreneurs to get a job, and people are coming for her like never before. If we were still in the era of the Salem witch hunt, she would be tied to the stake and lit on fire. But I agree with her, and I'm going to tell you why. Thank you for watching this video. This is today's Wednesday Wisdom, where I share tools, tips, tactics, and strategies for us all to stay current and relevant on social media to generate leads, clients, customers, and sales. And if you don't know me, I am Cecelia Faye Morris, also known as the Digital Marketing Maven, and I teach business owners how to use automation, AI, and Facebook to put their brand and their business online. So let me tell you why I totally agree with what Tabitha Brown is saying about getting a job if you are an entrepreneur, because so many of us, and I was one of them once upon a time, so many of us are in a place to where our business is keeping us just over broke. You know what just over broke is? It's the acronym for job. And that's what a job does. It keeps you just over broke. The difference is with a job, at least you get some benefits like medical, dental, vision, and whatever other stuff they might actually offer. But the reason why she said that is because, again, a lot of entrepreneurs are out here just over broke. So let me tell you how I used to be one of those entrepreneurs. Back in the early days of 2018, when I got serious about my business, I needed $3,200 a month, which is the equivalent. I was gonna say 4,000, but I could get by with $3,200 a month, which is the equivalent of 8 people buying my $400 program. Now, if I did that, then I could cover all my business expenses and my bills with very little left over at the end of the month. After a few months, I might accumulate a little bit of a nest egg, but I was one calamity away from being wiped out. And that's when I knew I had to get a coach because I could not keep doing this hustle for $400 and 8 people every single month. And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs are doing. You're hustling to get just enough. Well, the thing that you need to understand is twofold. One, nothing's going to change until you change. So if what you're doing is not working, don't be like me, because even from 2018 until 2021, things were going really good for me. And then in 2022, I saw that my ship was sinking, my bank account was going down, people weren't signing up for my coaching program, and I was like, what is going on? It was bananas, right? And I couldn't figure it out. But because I was just over broke, I didn't have enough money to actually pivot and pay for the coach that I needed that was going to help me next level my business. Now, by then, I had already dropped $10,000. I was making some really good money. I had ballooned my income from $3,200 a month to roughly $8,000 a month. So I was in good shape. But when my business income increased, my business expenses increased as well, because you got to put money in the machine if you want to keep the machine moving, right? So as my business expenses increased, I was able to create a bigger nest egg, but it wasn't enough to transition me from the 8,000 to the 5 figure months and beyond. So I needed to figure out how to pay for another coach. So what did I do? I got a part-time work from home job. As an engineer with a cybersecurity certification and a Lean Six Sigma green belt, I was able to parlay those skills into something that allowed me to work from home, to bring in some cash where I could still work my business. But that wasn't enough. That was not enough. And I still kept seeing my bank account going down. I was still having trouble getting clients. And it was so crazy because at this time I was doing monthly master classes. It was or monthly challenges. It was a 3-day challenge. And on the third day, I made the offer, and then people were buying until they weren't. And I even had one person tell me that, oh no, you'll do it again next month. I'll buy it then. I think I'll be ready then. And that's when I realized I had to change my business model, because people were so used to seeing me every month, there was no sense of urgency for them to take action. So, how does this go back to Tabitha Brown telling you to get a job? Because if you are worried about how you're going to pay the bills, how you're going to keep the lights on, how you're going to eat something besides ramen noodles, then you need to get a job, because your job will fuel your business. And that was my saving grace, being able to work from home in a field that I had trained in to bring in some good money so I could use that money to fund the coach that I needed that could help me drop another $5,000 to get to the next level where I wanted to be in my business. And since I made those investments, not only in myself by going back to work, working from home, but I was able to hire a VA. I'm spending about $1,000 a month on ad spend. And I am so thankful and grateful to be able to give to those charities and people that I would never have been able to do if I didn't get a job to get the money that I needed to be able to elevate in my business. So she wasn't saying anything wrong. What she's saying is stop being just over broke. Get a job to get the skills that you need to take your business to the next level. Now, the other thing I had to do was that I realized my 3-day masterclass was just not cutting it anymore, right? No sense of urgency. People weren't signing up. And so I was like, so what am I going to do next? So then I was like, well, let me go evergreen with my masterclass. So I paid for 2 separate coaches to teach me how to go evergreen. Each of them promised me the moon, but left me stuck on earth, meaning that shit didn't work or whatever. And I'm the girl in my coaching. I always over deliver and under promise, right? So people leave their time with me feeling like they just got the best deal in the world because they did. But not all coaches are like that. And I thought I was smart enough to vet them out and to weed out the good ones from the bad ones. But guess what? We all get burned. The thing about it is it didn't sour me on the fact that I just hadn't found the right coach yet. Because every coach that I had gave me something. It was either working for me or working on me. And those are the 2 things that made the difference and enabled me to transition from, instead of me teaching Facebook ads coaching, I now created a software where I'm helping people be seen, be heard, and get paid as booked and busy professional speakers. But the beauty of that is not only did I pivot to software, but now I can market my Facebook ads on the back end of the software because most of the people, and not all of them, who have come into my world since I developed this software found me through what? A Facebook ad, Facebook or Instagram ads, right? That's how they found me. So they know I know my shit when it comes to running these ads. And because I was able to market to them in a way that got them to come to me and give me money, then they are confident that I can help them market their business to their target audience as well. In the last 3 months, and I mean June, July, and August, I made 4 times as much with my software and my Facebook ads on the back end than I did in the first 5 months of 2025. You heard that right. In the 5 months of 2025, I made 4 times less than what I did in 3 months later, right? And all because I, 1, got a job to bring in some money to help me get over the hump, to get the training that I needed. And 2, I pivoted in my business, right? I saw the writing on the wall. And that's the other thing that a lot of business owners don't do. You get stuck, right? You're like, your ship is sinking. You see the holes in the boat, but instead of you trying to figure out how to plug the holes in the boat by being of service to more people, you keep trying to do more of what's already not working. So I realized that my masterclass, my magic marketing masterclass, wasn't bringing the draw in that I wanted. However, when I did find the right coach and I did go evergreen, not only do I have this new software where I'm finding people using Facebook and Instagram ads and showing them how to be booked and busy professional speakers, but I'm able to also use my evergreen magic marketing masterclass to find the people who have a product, service, or opportunity and they want to know how to market it better. So I'm now got 2 different ways to bring people into my world, which is ultimately marketing, because digital marketing is my jam. That's where it's at, and that's what I love to do. Because at the end of the day, it's cheaper than advertising on TV. It's more efficient than doing organic marketing. And it's the best targeting you could ever do in the world. And I've tried LinkedIn and Google Ads. So let me tell you about Google Ads. The thing I don't like about Google Ads is that you can't figure out what to do to make it better. Like with my Facebook ads, if my click-through rate is low, then I know that my audience is not resonating with my message. So I need to update my audience. If my landing page is not converting, but I'm getting lots of clicks, meaning my landing page isn't converting at 30% or better, then I know that people like my ad, but they don't like my landing page. So I need to sexy it up. I need to zhuzh it up a little bit. But in YouTube land, you don't know what the hell none of that shit is. And then I even had an advisor, and they were like, well, you got to let it run for 30 days and then analyze the data. I call bullshit. Nope, nope, nope. Not doing that. I can run an ad on Facebook in 3 days, and I can tell you if you got a dog or a pony. Real talk. 3 days, $30. Let's shut it down or put some more money in it. That's how good Facebook is at the targeting, at the giving you the metrics, the numbers you need to know. And then there's LinkedIn. LinkedIn was good, but LinkedIn is expensive. So if you don't have a budget, like I said, right now, I'm spending about $1,000 a month on Facebook ads. I would probably need to double that for LinkedIn because LinkedIn doesn't have the same conversion rate as what you're going to find on Facebook. Now, that's not to say that LinkedIn isn't a good platform to try. However, you got to have deeper pockets to go onto LinkedIn and Google than what you need for Facebook ads. So if you're just getting started in this marketing space and you want to understand how to reach your audience with the right message at the right time so you can turn clicks into cash, then Facebook is the perfect place to start, not only because it's Facebook, but because they also own Instagram. And I'm able to have conversations in the DMs. Crazy story, real talk. One of my ads was doing so good with people in the comments. I'm like, comment this if you want that. I was getting so many comments on my ad. Facebook shut me down for commenting, like literally, because it was coming in so hard and fast. Because I had my chatbot set up to where when someone comments with the keyword, boom, they get this. Check your DMs. And they were coming in so hard and fast, Facebook shut me down. Like, isn't that crazy, right? But that's the beauty of having the right message with the right audience at the right time. So, with that being said, don't let your ship sink. If there is no shame, no shame, no shame in getting a job because you can't focus on your business if you can't pay your bills. So don't roast Tabitha. Thank her for giving us some real honest talk because I've been there, I did it, and I made it through to the other side. And guess what? You can too, right? Staying where you're at is hard, change is hard. Choose your heart. And if you're ready to start marketing like a pro, I'm happy to help you with that. Go ahead and click somewhere around this video and you can take my Evergreen Magic Marketing Masterclass. Magic stands for Mastering AI Genius in Content Marketing. And if you are an inspiring or established speaker, then I invite you to also click somewhere around this video to join my upcoming webinar where I will introduce you to my software, the Speaker Event Finder. We've got a database of over 40,000 events all the way through December of 2026. This database updates every single month, and it is constantly bringing in new events from people who are actually looking for someone like you with the right expertise, the right message, and the right audience. So that's what I have for you today. Go ahead and get a job if you need to. Ain't no shame in it. And for me, it's not like I had to go work at McDonald's, right? I mean, I got a master's degree, engineering degree, a cybersecurity certificate, and a Lean Six Sigma green belt. Me going back to work at my level is a whole other conversation than me going back to work at McDonald's. No offense to the McDonald's workers. I love you. I love you. I love you. But again, you got to do what you got to do to keep the lights on and to keep your business moving. So I hope you found this message beneficial. I hope you know there is no shame in going back to work, especially if you can go back at the level that I did. So with that being said, even if you can't though, by the way, even if you can, use your job to fuel your business until your business takes over your job. If you want to market your product, service, or opportunity, click around this video to join my Evergreen Masterclass. If you want to be a booked and busy paid professional speaker, click somewhere around this video to join my upcoming webinar and learn about the Speaker Event Finder. That's today's Wednesday Wisdom. I am Cecelia Faye Morris, the digital marketing maven, teaching business owners how to use automation, AI, and Facebook to build their business online. And wherever you're watching me, please give me some likes, some love, drop a comment, share this video with somebody who needs to hear this message. And if it's YouTube, please subscribe and click that bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.